Hello, this is the premiere episode of Ward 13. I'm your host, Jon Hopwood, and my guests, I have the honor to have Peter White and Joel Elber of Manchsterdam as my very first guests.
Very honored. Very honored, sir.
Thank you. I'm honored to have you guys on.
It's fun.
What would we like to say to the people? Happy 4th?
Oh, yeah, 4th of July. Happy Independence Day.
Yeah, be safe out there.
That's right. It's going to be the 4th. This show is going to debut on the 4th of July. Well, I'm sure you know that now if you're watching. But we're also going to be Monday at 6:30 p.m., Wednesdays at 9 a.m., and Saturday at 12:30 p.m.
Oh.
Those are very good times, John.
Oh,
I do have to say.
I'm honored to have those times. I'd love to have had a time slot right after you guys.
I'll tell you what, that's taken by the racing show. What's it called, John?
The New England Racing Show.
Yeah.
There's we're not live, I might add, so don't bother to call in. There's no more live shows on Manchester Public Access TV.
What I think you have to do is, I mean, if a slot opened up or someone stopped doing a show, or if maybe Norm cut his show down to an hour.
How does Norm I'm just interested. How does Norm and Friends have a 2-hour slot?
You know,
Did they amalgamate two shows?
No, I think he pays the dues for that, and I also think it might have even been grandfathered in because he's been on for years. I'm not sure though.
Oh, so he goes back to Joe Kelly has been on for 14 years.
Yeah, he was on when
was he one of the original people to be on?
Yeah, he used to have, just a quick show. Steve Valancourt used to have a show. Those are back in the early days.
The early days. And how long's Manchesterdam been on?
September will be, 5 years going on?
No, it'll be in April, maybe 5 years, yes.
On April.
Now,
next April.
You know, thinking, I don't mean to interrupt,
on TV.
But thinking about the Manchsterdam, in about 2 weeks will be 200th episode, John.
The 200th episode.
Yeah.
Now, Peter, when did you go on Manchesterdam? Were you on?
I was there. We started.
Beginning?
We started as an internet radio show.
Oh,
and it was on Sunday nights. You can go if you type it in like Manchsterdam Blog Talk Radio. You get all those early episodes where we introduce this character during that radio show.
When does Joel show up?
He shows up on that radio show.
Right from the beginning.
Right from the beginning, we called him up and we made believe like we're coming over, and he's like, no, I'm in my bathrobe. We'll have to get it's a funny conversation, but there's a good 100 episodes of just old Manchsterdam on Blog Talk Radio, and then we did a few shows at MCAM.
What is MCAM?
That was down before. There was 2 stations. Channel 23 was like MCAM.
Okay.
And then they combined everything over here, and here we are.
Now, how did you find Joel? How did you find this diamond in the rough?
I saw him. Well, at our place, we got a pool, at the complex, and Joel.
And he's like a lounge lizard or pool.
He was
lizard.
out there. We were feeling good. I was with some people. We were feeling good. We got a bunch of pizzas, so I offered it to this guy because he was drooling. And then he says, "I don't want any." And then he definitely, you took it, and the rest is history.
Well, I didn't really want to take it. He literally almost threw it at me.
And then,
and
Ryan and I, who did, created Manchsterdam, I said, Ryan, you gotta talk to this guy. You gotta hang out with this guy for a second. And
he is unique.
It's
Joel
magic.
Is unique.
He has a charisma about him. He really does.
Now, I got to spend the day out with you guys. What was it? June 6th.
Okay.
It was the day of the last day to register for candidacy for the elections. Could we have the photos, please? There we go. Joel, you're looking very dapper.
Yeah, you look good there, Moose. You look like Mr. Slate from the Flintstones.
There you are. Remember, you didn't know whether you would look better with your glasses or without your glasses.
I think I look better. Yeah, I think I look better with the glasses.
That's after you found out that you had originally run as a Republican for the school board, but you'd become an independent. I don't know why you broke with the Republican Party. Oh, this is a little later on.
Oh, that's
but you
when-
decided not to run for
Yeah.
state rep.
Yeah.
This is when we went. This is a great photo.
That is
I
a
went
great
with you to the
picture.
Hippo, where you got your award.
Oh, that's a great picture right there.
Oh yeah. Oh my.
I didn't
This
even
one's
know-
a great picture
I
too.
didn't
but
even know we could do that.
Yeah, this is us leaving the pine at 2 o'clock.
You didn't know that these two were yogis.
Oh wow!
Oh.
Being surprised by our award.
Your major.
We're really going to be Chronicle this year. We're going to try to beat the big almighty Chronicle, we call it.
You're the best of 2014, the best locally produced TV show.
Runner up. Next to Channel 9's, Hearst Corporation.
Is that the show with Fritz Weatherby?
Yes.
Do you know that he actually, I heard, charges when, if he comes to your event, he charges a fee.
Oh, jeez.
After we went to the Hippo, we went to Theo's.
That looks
Joe
like
Kelly
Theo's.
Lavasser's joint. Somehow I'm going to have to figure out how to get these photos
Yeah.
to straighten
Wow,
themselves out.
Uh,
There's two happy guys.
yeah.
I tell you, I don't know what camera you use.
It was pouring out that day.
But your lens makes me look good. You, my friend, always looks good all the time.
I don't know.
You know, you don't need any.
don't.
You don't need any more makeup as much as I do. And it still doesn't help me.
But why did you decide to drop your Republican affiliation and become run as an independent?
Well, the reason why I did that because I like choices on the ballot, and this way here I can either vote for him or her or either or.
Well, you can in a city election because it's technically nonpartisan.
So, but like I said, I like the challenge, and I like everybody on the ballot, and I like to choose either A or B, and who I think that's going to do the best job.
Interestingly, Joel, if you had to be run as a Republican or a Democrat, all you're required to do is pay a $2 fee, and be a registered Democrat or Republican, and you get your name on the ballot. But as we found out when we went to City Hall, it takes 150 signatures to run as an independent.
And all we had was 149.
And one of them was questionable.
Do you think you might run next year for the school board again?
I'm still thinking about it. There's 50-50 chance.
We're probably going to send out an exploratory committee. Sometime
Raise some money.
Yeah, sometime around November.
Yeah, I'll look to see
Have
who.
a big fundraiser.
Yes, yeah, that's always nice, and I'll look to see who signs up and who am I going to run against.
We don't call it a fundraiser. We call it a fun raiser.
A hellraiser.
So,
Yes.
so a little bit too early to tell if I'm going to do it or not, but we'll see.
You might see the old moose out there.
Would you consider running as a Democrat?
That could be a possibility.
Yeah, I think you have a big support.
I'll be the
supporter
first
with
to say-
Pat Arnold, don't you?
I would,
Yeah. I mean, Pat's a great guy, and I think I'm not. I can't speak for for him or you guys, but I'm assuming that he's thinking about running too. But anything's too early to call right now, so anything can happen.
By the way, happy birthday to his daughter today.
That's right.
Oh,
She
yeah.
turns
Happy
1
f-
year old today.
Yeah,
Abigail.
Abigail Patrick. Happy
No.
birthday.
No, Abigail Arnold.
Oh yeah. Sorry, Abigail. Abigail Arnold.
Yeah, it's her first birthday, and I've seen some pictures this morning, and she's definitely a cutie.
Oh yeah, she's adorable.
Fine young lady.
I hear you guys went to City Hall.
We
on
did
Tuesday.
on Tuesday night.
What possibly drove you to that pit of inequity?
I wanted to go because I've lived in the city all my life, and I've never been to the chambers.
Never even as a kid? Or
No, I've been to City Hall, obviously,
Yes.
for many reasons, but just not the aldermanic chambers. And
Quite nice, aren't they?
oh, it's great. It's different going and then watching it on TV. It's definitely a different.
But you know what's funny about that? The next day, a few people wrote
Perspective.
comments And about 2 or 3 of them said, "Oh yeah, the Manchsterdam crew went there because of the free air conditioning, because it
I
was
think
all
that
hot
was
out."
me.
It was
Okay,
nice there.
Yeah,
There was,
okay, it was John. Okay,
there was
And,
there was some things going on, some serious things, and the firefighter was trying to get the job.
Yes, John Fosher.
Yes.
I wanted to come and speak on his behalf, but I'm battling a rather bad summer cold, which.
You caught at the Hamer's house.
No, I think I caught it down in Washington, D.C.,
Oh.
which we'll get to. Now, I'm running for state rep, although I don't know. Well, we won't get into that. And you decide. Politics. I've covered politics now for 6 years.
Now you're smack in the middle of it.
Politicians are strange people, I tell you. I never thought that I would be running for office. I'll just tell you, I was down in Nashua at the diner where Kelly Ayotte endorsed Scott Brown. Now, Scott Brown made the rounds of the diner because we were waiting for Kelly. She was in Ukraine, and she was coming. And he finally got around, and he met the Wiz, Ray Wazorek. And then they give the speeches. And then there was this fantastic moment where Scott actually gave a shout-out to the Wiz, saying that Ray Wazorek was his mentor. Now, I see the commercials that he was born, at the Navy Yard, which means he was born in Maine, and that he was raised in Portsmouth. I'm just wondering when Scott Brown was in Manchester enough that the Wiz could be his mentor.
Right, I agree with you there.
So politicians can make you, they're interesting creatures, but they can make you physically ill. So.
No, not to talk about get into politics, but you mentioned Scott Brown. He got a big endorsement from Mitt Romney yesterday.
Mitt Romney.
Yeah.
I saw Mitt Romney. I saw Kelly Ayotte endorse Mitt Romney in Nashua City Hall, which is where JFK launched his presidential campaign, the 1960 campaign. And they're two good-looking people, but they're rather wooden in a way. And as I was watching them, all I could think was that these two mannequins from Macy's had miraculously come to life and just broken out, and there they are. Mitt is very calculated. Between 2008.
His hair always looks great.
Oh yeah, it's hard to believe that that man's 65 years old.
Yeah.
He doesn't, he's movie star handsome.
He definitely gets
Although
his
he
hair
doesn't have
colored.
he has no charisma.
He definitely gets his hair colored.
I don't know.
Oh yeah. Oh,
But
easy.
65.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're right though. He's a good-looking guy.
Well, but he's rather calculated. The difference between 2008 and 2012, when he was using 2008, he was the patrician, and with clothes like from GQ. You could the crease in his slacks. You could cut,
Sharp. But you're right. No
but then
charisma.
in the 2012 for the primary, suddenly it was the shucks, I'm just folks. But of course, his jeans probably cost $300.
Right.
And
His haircut more.
In Bedford at the Grange Hall, with City, what do they call it, the town hall. I was covering that for Yahoo, and Mitt comes up to me, looks me in the eye, and says, "You're a great guy." And it's funny. That actually makes you feel good. But then I'm thinking, this guy doesn't know me from Adam. It's just words.
Right.
Just words. So I'm ambivalent about becoming a politician myself. As Joel, we saw when we went down to get you on the ballot, it's just like, is it worth it?
I will say at City Hall the other night at the Alderman meeting, the most charming person to us there was the mayor.
Uncle Ted.
Yeah, he was very kind, very nice, and nice smile.
Do you think he's trying to woo Joel back to the GOP?
Oh, I don't think so. I think it was, made me feel good because sometimes I think maybe we go too far. We put his face on that chicken bucket and stuff like that. But it's all in good fun. It's all in good fun. He was commended. He's a really nice guy that night.
Now here are the posters you designed for me.
Oh, wow.
Very good.
We also have another picture that might incense the Ed and Joe show.
Oh, yeah.
Can we have that other picture? There we go.
That's a good one.
That's an awesome one. Wow.
That's right. You'd better vote for me.
Do you still have
or
that
else.
hat?
That's my sister's hat.
Oh, okay.
She actually got that in Mexico.
Well,
around the bicentennial.
Really?
Oh. So you just came back from Washington.
Right, and we have some more pictures of me. You know, the problem I'm finding, is learning how to smile.
Oh.
There you go. You met
there we go.
Gene.
This was in Concord that's with Senator Shaheen, who
Yeah.
of course I'm a supporter. Now see, it's not quite a smile. I've got to learn to. Oh, this was in Washington. I was with Senator Shaheen.
You know, it's funny.
Now it's even worse.
It's
What
funny.
were you saying, Jim?
Well, because you look great there, and the last time I saw you, that
see,
great suit. You know, you look
Sharp.
very sharp. You look handsome there, and you still look. Wow, you look great together.
But I've got to learn how to smile.
It was a Match.com date.
Now here's with Carol.
Christian
a
Mingle.
senator is a little more serious. And I've met
Right.
Carol Shea Porter a few times. I'm a big supporter of Carol because of all she's done for veterans.
Okay.
But if we can just stop. This is later. Well, we can go. I was going to hold that one off a bit. Oh, that's okay. I'm learning.
You got to get used to
I'm
that.
trying
with,
to
John
master
Eric.
this camera, and as you told me, it's the camera that you speak into is at this angle. Is it an oblique angle? It's been a long time since I've had bath.
Yeah, no, it's a good angle. You look good.
But
Here we are.
you have to look into here, but naturally your eyes want to come over here where there's a
Right,
screen.
but then that's why they have the thing that says, look at camera,
Look at camera.
not here.
But then I'm looking over at you guys, and then, well, I'll get the hang of it.
Oh, yeah, you will.
But,
Yeah. So Washington was fun. You were there for what? 3 or 4 days.
I was about almost there for a week.
Wow.
We can roll that folder now. One of the highlights was seeing Shimon Peres, who is the president of Israel. He was awarded the Lantos Foundation Award for Human Rights.
Oh.
Hillary Clinton was awarded last year. And here's Vice President Biden. Now, Tom Lantos, when I lived in California, that's Katrina Lantos Sweat. Her father, she was married to Dick Sweat, the
Yeah.
congressman. Her father, Tom Lantos, had been my congressman when I lived in California. And he was the head of the House Foreign Relations Committee. And there's Shimon Peres
Okay.
with Joe Biden. That's
It's like Joe Biden's photobombing there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Joe is quite a character.
I'm sure.
I've photographed him many times. Oh, geez. It's not till you see him in person that you really... This guy's as Irish as any of my uncles, you know. He's a real... And he's always full of the Irish blarney and jokes.
Wow. That's...
It was a great honor to... I didn't actually get to meet Shimon Peres, but Kelly Ayotte was there. Wherever I seem to go, Kelly...
She
Kelly's
follows
there.
you.
According to Rich Gerard, I'm stalking Kelly, but it's just she actually gave out. He was giving the Congressional Gold Medal earlier at the Capitol, and Kelly had been chosen to give the award. This is kind of a strange picture because that woman, you know,
Yeah,
Kelly couldn't stay for the
What
the
happened?
ceremony, but so she was leaving early. But
What happened to that girl's eye?
I don't know. You know, there were a lot of Israelis there. And they're tough customers.
Don't get out of line.
My first girlfriend was an Israeli.
With one
Really?
I
eye?
was back in college.
With one
first
eye?
real girlfriend. When you live in Israel, you would better be tough.
Yeah. Great place to visit, though. If you get a chance.
today.
Oh, you've been to Israel?
No,
Visited?
but my parents were there about 20 years ago.
Yeah, but
and
not
it's-
today.
It
There's
was
stuff going on there.
yeah, but they
yeah.
bring
Little
you.
active situation
Yeah,
right
but
now.
they bring you where there's no danger
Oh,
in Israel. Yeah, so you're
But it's
you're
like
way.
my ex-girlfriend said, when you're in Israel, there's always danger. You know, she came to the United States. She didn't want to join the IDF. Everybody, male or female, has to do your military service. She was a pacifist.
Wow.
But I'd love to go to Israel someday.
Yeah, it's. I heard it's very fascinating. You know, good history.
Well,
they say.
the other highlight, and I think we're going to run those videos when we get a chance was I was at Nationals Park. Have you ever heard of the Racing Presidents? It's a highlight of the game around the 5th. You have George Washington. Here we go. Here's Teddy. As you know, he's my favorite of the Racing Presidents. I've been to 12 Nationals games since 2005, and my record is 11-1. They've only lost one game. I'm like a good luck charm for them.
Oh, maybe you should be their mascot.
You actually have to be 5'7" to put one of those
Really?
costumes on. Now here's Bill Taft, who beat Teddy Roosevelt out of the presidency in 2012. Now he has a belt, if you can notice. He just ran away. There's George Washington. They used to have Tom Jefferson and Abe Lincoln. They used to have Thomas Jefferson, but they got rid of him and brought Bill Taft in. Teddy is a favorite of the fans because
Just the way he looks.
I went there for a couple of years till they finally told me I would be rooting for Teddy to win the president's race. And they told me finally, John, he never wins. That was the shtick. Teddy never wins.
But you know what?
Now he's won a couple.
You know what's great about Teddy? That we wouldn't have the national parks we have today if it wasn't for him.
He also was behind campaign finance reform laws that got struck down by the Supreme Court. But I'm going to have the tail end of the president's race will be coming up. Here we come. There's the Geico Gecko. And see, here they come, the racing presidents.
That's hilarious.
Oh! Teddy was tackled by a lobster. It's either a lobster or a crab. And that's how Bill Taft won. It was a vicious tackle. There's Abe Lincoln. Teddy, every time you think Teddy's going to win, something happens.
Come on.
There we go. His pince nez seem to be askew. It took him a while to get off.
Yeah, I think he's dazed.
Coming up.
I'm going to start a petition for you for next year to try out for the Fisher Cats mascot.
I tell you have to be 5'7". I just don't make it.
Oh, you must be talking about Fungo?
Fungo? Oh.
Is that who it is?
You know what would be a beautiful thing? If you and I could fit in the same costume, I can boost you up. You know?
Oh, jeez. Would you really?
I'll be the tail end, and you could be the...
I heard last night.
You'd only have to buy one ticket.
I heard last
Use
night.
my press badge.
Big long jacket.
There you go.
I heard last night, Joel, you enjoy eating beans. I think I'll avoid the time.
He loves beans. He talks about them all the time. All the time.
Now, what are your plans, you guys, for the 4th?
Not doing much. Kind of keeping it quiet this year.
Are you and your daughter going to be doing
My
it?
daughter's on vacation, so I think on Saturday, Joel and I are barbecuing. And then not doing too much tomorrow, I don't think. My mom's birthday. Go spend some time with her.
Oh, she was born on the 4th.
Correct.
And she just recently retired, didn't she?
Yes.
And what does she think of Yager Decker?
Oh, she just retired. She loves it.
Joel, what are your plans?
Happy birthday, Kathy. July 4th. Going to fire up the Barbie on Saturday. You know, Peter and Lindsay are going to come over. Send an invitation out to you. If you have nothing to do, stop by, give you the address, come over for a bite, and have a beer or whatever. Shoot the breeze.
We don't cook on gas. We use coal. We use
coal?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Just tastes better.
It does.
Tastes. You just have to know how to do it. That's all.
How about you? You have plans or?
Well, I'm going to be Amherst. That's for the parade.
Oh.
They're going to.
Me and Joel love a parade, especially the Christmas parade.
Didn't they used to have a 4th of July parade in Manchester?
They did. Last one
When we were kids, they did.
Yes, they did.
They used to always have the muchachos. I was just fascinated.
And they seemed like they were. I know we were
great
kids, but they seemed a little bit more grand. Like the floats and stuff. Like people must have worked. You work all year on that stuff, and now it's just I don't know.
The student bands. Who were the Muchachos though? Did that
They were based at the Manchester Boys Club back then, before it was the Boys and Girls Club, but they were a separate entity, I think. But it does come from that. They used to practice there, and the Muchachos, though, they've been around for years and years.
Weren't they at the Christmas parade?
They might have been, yes.
I think
They were always the best.
Yeah.
In the 60s and the 70s.
Yeah.
Then I went off to college in 78, down to Boston University. But they always seemed to be the highlight of the parade.
Yeah,
Are you
good
gonna-
stuff.
Now, you guys are going to... Are you already penciled in to do the Christmas parade?
I think so. I think it's pretty much set in stone, according to our director, John Eric O'Neill.
I tell you, it was cold last year doing that.
Well, where do you sit when you're outside?
We're outside up on a platform right in front of Margarita's, and we get a good view of the street. And speaking of our director, John Eric O'Neill, will go out there on the street with the street cam, and we kind of keep our eye on him, and, you know.
Is there anything you brought with you to warm yourself up?
Hot coffee.
Coffee, no sweetener?
I like a little cream.
I had 2 sugars.
It was cold out that day.
Oh, it
really
was.
We had to go in, and they helped us out up here at. Yeah, we were cold.
Yeah, they gave us extra jackets and whatever we needed.
Once we got going, it was fun.
Yeah, John supplied whatever we
Hey
needed.
guys,
just
I'm
to
getting
keep
the
warm.
wrap up. So, hey, thank you so much for being on my first show. With this cold, I wouldn't have been able to do it without you guys. You guys are legends in Manchester.
Well, I don't know about that, but thank you so much for coming on our show also. Because
Yes.
I also think you're a great character, and you're welcome on our show anytime.
Hey.
And I want to wish you the best of luck on your candidacy. You know, and you're going to pull it off. I got
Well,
that.
I hope so. My competition on the other side doesn't intimidate me very much.
Well, that's
But
good.
we can talk about that some other time. Thank you, Manchester, for tuning in. Have a happy 4th of July weekend, and be safe. Bye.